Hey y'all, and welcome to Open House. My name is Jacob Truett. I am your student's biology teacher this year. I teach all of our sections of biology here at Cobb. So I have first, second, fourth, and fifth period are my Biology 1 honor classes, and then I've got third and sixth period as my regular Biology 1 classes. Um, on the screen currently, there's some contact information for me. I've got the school's phone number, my email, and then some good times to contact me. I'm pretty available before school Tuesday through Thursday, and then after school, really any day besides Wednesdays. Email is preferred for me, just the easiest for me to get back to, and there's less kind of balancing schedules as opposed to a phone call. So, during open house, I want to just give you a quick overview of some of the things that your students see when they're in my class, some of the things that they're expected to have knowledge of, and kind of an overview of biology this year. So, as you know, we're using Canvas this year. That is our learning management system. That's where we're putting everything through. And on my Canvas website, on our front page, I've got a current week agenda link. I've got last week's agendas linked as well. I've got our syllabus and class expectations, a daily schedule that's super useful for our digital academy students, as just a reminder of, hey, this is the time you need to log on. If I let you go, this is the time that you need to come back and check back in, that kind of thing. And then I also have a link for a Q&A discussion board where students are able to ask questions that pertain to the class in general, and other students are able to respond to them, or I'm able to respond to them. Just kind of like a free space for them to ask a question. Up at the top of our Canvas page, we also do have announcements. I don't necessarily do daily announcements, but I do try to post an announcement at least once a week, maybe a reminder about homework or an assignment or things like that. You will notice down in the bottom corner of all of my slides, I have a nice little reminder. I'm not necessarily going to go over all of them, but this one I will. Biology here at Cobb is a high school credit course. This is going to either continue or start their high school GPA. So it's very, very important this year to stay on top of things, to stay focused, to ask questions when you don't understand, really just stay on top of everything this year, because we don't want a negative grade or a bad grade on our high school transcript. This is the same one that colleges, universities, scholarships, anything like that. This is what they're going to see. So we don't want a little 8th grade faux pas to cause some havoc down the line. So, also on our Canvas website is where everything students are going to need for these classes. On the sidebar, every day, students will go in and they will start by clicking on either the general current week or the magnet current week agendas that I've got posted. It is a direct link to a agenda of the week, an agenda for every day that I see them that week. And on there, it has the rundown of the day. So what are we doing? Links are warm-ups, tells them what we're reviewing, gives them examples of, or like places to click on, things like that. All of our assignments are linked through there. That is the holy grail for our website, all right? That is where we need to go if we are confused, if we're lost, if we're trying to submit something, anything like that. It is all going to be linked on those things. Like I mentioned on our front page, I've got linked our last week's agenda, and that last week agenda will be useful if you need to submit something a little late, or if you haven't submitted something, you want to double check that you submitted it, things like that. That last week agendas page is really, really useful for that. So, speaking of submitting work, everything needs to be submitted through Canvas unless I am explicitly telling the student you need to submit it somewhere else, or yeah, go ahead, upload a picture to me. We've been having some trouble with like if they draw something and then getting the picture onto their computer or getting it into the PowerPoint. That's a situation in which I'll be like, okay, cool, just send me a message, type it on the slide that you send it in a message, we'll be all good. But if students just are not submitting in Canvas, then I'm not going to grade their work. I need them to be submitting things through Canvas, so please make sure to emphasize that as well if you see any missing work in students' grade books. Just so you know what students see, we primarily use Office 365 external tools through Canvas. It's basically a way for me to create an assignment, and then it gives each student their own copy that they can edit and submit to me. This is what students see on their assignment pages, and right there in red, there's that big old blue submit button. That is the key to making sure that I have the assignment, because if it's not submitted to me, I can't grade it. All right. I know in the spring, a lot of us used the share feature, and where you would share it to your teacher's email. We are not, not doing that this year. You are just using the submit button for this class. I don't need 87 emails, or rather 140 emails of work. I just want it submitted all through Canvas because it also makes it super easy for me to grade there. Speaking of grading, I would use Canvas more so to check for really up-to-date missing work. Canvas is really good for missing work. I don't think I have the gradebook properly set up in the same way that Focus is on Canvas, and sometimes Canvas has more of the administrative tasks in there that aren't necessarily going to count towards their final grade, so your Canvas grade might be a little different. But Focus is the grade that we get our progress reports from, our report cards, all of that stuff. Everything is official through Focus. So once a week, I will do my best to make sure that I'm updating Focus. I try to make sure that, like, as I'm grading an assignment or like late work or something, I put it into Focus so I don't forget. But you can always check if there's a discrepancy between Canvas and Focus. Like, Canvas says something's graded, but Focus still says it's missing. If that happens, just shoot me an email and say, hey, what's going on with this? And I'll be like, whoops, sorry. Because sometimes I just get caught up in all the other things and I think that I submitted it, or I think I put it in there and I didn't. Reminder that our first progress reports do go out next Wednesday on the 30th. Yes, somehow we are that far into the school year already, yet also at the same time, only that far into the school year. It's a very, very interesting year for sure. Another point that I do want to make is that late work is now officially going to be subject to a 10% grade reduction every day that it is late. This is not every class day, so not every day I meet with those students, but every day that it is late. This is a policy that I need us to take full responsibility for and really be on top of our work. Because if you earn a B on an assignment, but it's a day late, you're already at a C. So I need us to make sure that we are on top of it. All right. Test retakes in this class, because it is a high school class, I am not going to allow them unless there is some extenuating circumstance or like the whole class bombs it or something happens. Test retakes are not allowed. I need us to be practicing studying. I need us to be on top of things. I am trying my best to get you prepared for a high school experience. Like I said, there will be a difference in updating Canvas and Focus, but I will try to get Focus updated at least once a week. So in terms of our digital class meetings, my Zoom's always open 5 minutes before class. So at the end of the period before is when I open the next class's Zoom, just so students can trickle in. They've got a little extra time to get themselves situated if there's any tech issues, anything. I highly recommend just logging in on the Zoom from our Canvas site. There's a little Zoom tab. You click on it, boom, you're there. But if it ever asks for a password of any sort or whatever, the password is always going to be Truett. It's just my last name, all lowercase. Something that's really important and that we really are emphasizing is that I need to see your face to do attendance. So if your student is not turning on their camera, I cannot count them here for attendance because I don't know who's sitting behind that screen with your name. I personally enjoy the students keep their camera on until I tell them otherwise, mostly just so I can get more familiar with their faces, because having them miles away from the school just through a screen really makes it hard to build connections and like remember faces. And so it's really nice that when students keep their cameras on. Um, However, after I take attendance, it is not required. Um, Digital Academy students are often kind of like set out of the Zoom if they want to go. Um, it's never a requirement to leave the Zoom call, but sometimes during work, like if we're doing independent work, I might say, hey, if your computer's running a little slower, go ahead, close out of the Zoom, come back at X time. Um, there's a specific time per class period that, unless I say otherwise, I need students back at, and that is listed on our daily schedule on our Canvas page, which you can get to from our home course, or from the homepage of our course. Here I've got our bell schedule for this year. So as you know, we're doing block scheduling this year, so we're only seeing half of our students every day, therefore reducing any sort of transition times, things like that. So on purple days, we see our odd classes. So we've got first, third, and fifth period, and I've listed the times there. On purple days, your homeroom is your fifth period. And then white days, we've got our 246. On white days, your homeroom is your sixth period. So our entire schedule rotate like every other day. It's just opposite. So if this week it is that Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a purple day, so therefore Tuesday, Thursday are white days. So next week we don't have school on Monday, so it'll be a white day on Tuesday, purple day Wednesday, white day Thursday, purple day Friday, and then the week after that it'll be a white day on Wednesday or on Monday. So whatever class you didn't have the day before is the one you have next, even if we skip a day or whatever else may happen. And that way we keep things consistent. We keep it even with the number of days, because if we did it all like every Monday is a purple day, then we'd eventually be off track from each other. And then here I've got some topics of study for you. This is kind of an overview of everything that we're going to talk about this year. So we're starting off with all of our nature of science and lab safety stuff, which we are currently wrapping up. And we are going to move into human body systems. We're going to talk about chemical building blocks of life, cell structure and function, cellular energy, DNA, RNA replication and protein synthesis, cell cycle, genetics and heredity, theory of evolution, classification, plant physiology, ecology, and human growth and development. It sounds like a lot. It is a lot. But all of these things are necessary in order to prepare our students for the EOC that they have to take. The EOC is our end of course exam. It replaces their 8th grade science FSA, and instead they are taking this. This is a statewide requirement. It's not just because they're in 8th grade or in a high school class. It is everyone who takes biology has to take the EOC at the end of the year. So it's really important to make sure that we are staying on top of things. I know it's a lot, and I know for some of us it's been a long time since we've talked about any of this, and for some of us we haven't ever talked about this. So that kind of ties back into the fact that this is going to be a more difficult class for some of us. And so I really, really encourage you to stay on top of things, to ask questions, to remain focused, to be engaged and be an active participant in class, because this is not a class where you can just kind of fall to the wayside and hope that you get along. You really need to be actively pursuing your education in this class. Again, that's kind of it for us. We are a high school credit class. I really do expect high school level material from our students. And I'm really hoping that together we see a large change in our students, academically and personally throughout the year. And I'm really, really looking forward to hopefully one day all being back together in a class safely, and really getting a chance to build a rapport and a relationship with all of our students. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email again, let me go back to the first slide. My email is truettj@leonschools.net. you're more than welcome to contact me with any questions, comments, concerns that you have. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your open house. And again, let me know if you have questions.